Welcome, everybody. My name is Elaine Collins, and I'm the program coordinator for the Professional Science Masters of Biotechnology, the Business of Biotech at San Jose State. So I'm here to tell you more about our program. And if you have any questions for me, you can put them in the chat. And is that the best to put, or in the Q&A?
Yeah, the chat will be fine.
If you put them in the chat, then we will get to them as soon as we can. Okay, so thank you for coming. So why an MBT degree? So biotechnology is the application of science and technology to living organisms. So biotechnology includes a lot of things like pharmaceuticals, diagnostics, research, personalized medicine, medical innovation, biofuels testing, and of course sales. So at San Jose State, what's unique about our degree is that it's a professional master's degree, so it combines business classes with science classes. But let's take a look at biotechnology industry. So nationwide, California is number one in the number of biotechnology companies. We have over 3,400 companies in the Bay Area, as you can see by this chart. And you can see that this includes things like agriculture, feedstock and industrial biosciences, medical devices and equipment, drugs and pharmaceuticals, bioscience-related distribution, research, testing, and medical laboratories, and a variety of things. So anything you're interested in, we have it here in the Bay Area. So you might say, well, what good will this degree do me when I'm done? So these are the wages for 2020. You can see that in California, we have the highest average wages for employees and the largest number of companies in California. And for 2024, the latest news is that we actually have the highest salaries in the whole country for people working in biotechnology, with currently the average salary for California is $210,000. Okay, so how do the life sciences contribute to employment in California? So we have direct employment, people directly employed by biotech companies or indirectly that work in areas that help support direct employment and in induced employment. So what is our program at San Jose State, and how are we going to help you be competitive as you start your career in this business? So our degree combines hands-on science with business classes. So you learn not only some of the science that's involved in various biotechnology things, but you also learn how the biotech business works. And so no matter what you choose to do in a biotech company, knowing that combination gives you unique skill sets to really understand well what the goals of your company are and how you can be better equipped as an employee to help them meet those goals. So once again, in our San Jose State program, we help provide the highest concentration of the biotechnology jobs worldwide. We're uniquely positioned in the middle of Silicon Valley, which is the hub of biotech for Northern California. We have strong industry relationships with the local, with our local companies, and we have continued growth so that we can help. We have a large alumni group that can help you when you're ready to start your career path. They can help you find that next job that you want. So what does our program consist of? It's a 2-year program. It's 36 units. It's a cohort group, so you'll be in the same classes with the same students throughout the program. So you start to form your professional network with that group of students. We do have some elective courses that you might have different people you wouldn't have everybody in the class in those. But in the fall, so we only start in the fall. And so year 1 in the fall, the classes are Bio 202 TA, which is a seminar in biotechnology and biotech products. We have an advanced bioinformatics class for 4 units. And we have a business management of innovation in the biotech sector product development course. And then in the spring, we have a seminar in biotechnology that's about the drug and medical device development process. We have a biology lab class, which is teaches you some advanced molecular techniques. And we have another business class, operations and management, for 3 units. In the summer, we help you find an internship for 2 units at a biotech company. We have a lot of context, so we always can have a place to help place you. If you currently have a job and you can't necessarily do the internship, we can work with you on that also. But we want you to get that real life experience working in a company for a period of time so that you know that that's really what you want to do. And also it helps build your resume when you go to apply for jobs. And in the second year, we have another business class that focuses on biotech business. And you have an opportunity to take one of your business or science electives. And then we also have a Bio 282C biotech company management course. And in the spring, we have another biotech business 2 on fundraising class, another business or science elective that you can take. And then we have a colloquium in biotechnology and job business prep for 1 unit. And so like the second year, what you're doing in those classes, you're developing, we have you work on brainstorm in a small group within the class on what type of biotech company you might be interested in starting for yourself or your whole team as a team. So you're going to work on this as a project for the whole year. We actually have students at San Jose State. We have a Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge. And so as part of that 202 TC class, your group will submit an entry into that competition. And we always have 2 or 3 teams that win some of the prizes in that. So we have a very good, strong record of being very competitive in that competition. And then you develop your business plan for that project, and you refine it in the spring classes. And in that colloquium class, you're doing the final write-up of what's going to be your master thesis project, which is a written project. It's not research-based. So when you're done, you have you have a finished product that shows that you know how to write a business plan, and you've come up with your own innovative idea for a possible job or product, company or product. So we have a lot of our graduates that then go on to get great jobs because of that experience and because of the internship they've had. And so that's something we're very proud of. So here's the way the map works. You start out in the first year, you take the kind of the background courses, you work on the internship during the summer. We also have options that you can do some of that internship during the academic year also, if your visa allows you, if you're on a visa and you're allowed to do that. And then the courses in the second year just help really move your career trajectory so that when you graduate, you're ready to get that strong job in biotech. And so this is just a sample of some of the biotech seminar topics that we have during some of those second year classes in the business of biotechnology. We have outside speakers from the local area, professionals that come in and tell you about drug and device development, research and development for preclinical products, the process and product development, clinical development, regulatory affairs, intellectual property, manufacturing, business development, quality control and assurance, marketing, market and company analysis, and business plans, which is the culminating experience of the degree. So when you're done with the program, you have a very clear idea of how the biotech industry works, and that helps you be a better employee because you know how to do things and what kinds of things need to be done in your company to develop and produce products and market them. And then for our science electives, we have several that you can choose from. We have a class on advanced immunological techniques. We have a class on pharmacology and toxicology, a class on regulatory affairs. We have a new Python programming class for biologists. And then we have the option to do an independent project if you're interested in that. And for business electives, our students can take any of the MBA business electives that are part of the online MBA program. So that includes classes in project management, marketing management, leading edge managers, operation and supply chain management, accounting principles, financial management, topics in marketing, strategic marketing, and others. So as you go through the program, if you think that you want to focus more on business for your electives, you have that opportunity. But if you want to learn more about some of the science of the biotechnology industry, then you can focus on the science classes as electives. So it's very flexible so that you can tailor the electives to help you meet your career goals. And on this slide, let me move this thing so I can see it better. Oh, yeah. So the goal of our program is to produce biotechnology entrepreneurs. So this is some slides of previous, I told you about the Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge. So these are some of the posters from our current and recent students. And what working on the Silicon Valley Challenge does especially is it helps promote leadership skills, helps you develop your team working skills, helps you learn conflict resolution, because of course, anytime you're working in a team with people, there can be problems. It helps you work on your communication skills, your strategic thinking. Part of the Silicon Valley Innovation Challenge is developing a business plan, which we talked about is important for our course as well as for the challenge. And then it really just encourages you to gives you a space to think about what kind of entrepreneur you could be and develop some of your entrepreneurship skills. And I guess that's the last slide. So if you have any more questions about the program, you can send that we don't get to today. You can always write to me at elaine.collins@sjsu.edu or our program director, Sabine Rech, at sabine.rech@sjsu.edu. So please feel free to ask any questions. Okay, I see one question. So, okay, This is a good question. So Felicia asked, can an aspirant with a bachelor in microbiology apply? And yes, absolutely. Any type of biology degree or chemistry degree, you will have most of the requirements for the program. So yes, please apply.
The other one that I can relay, and the question is that are all these topics going to be covered during the seminars for the business and biotechnology, or do we choose what we want to learn?
Okay, that's a good question. All the things I talked about, we do cover in the classes, either in the seminar classes through a specific person who talks about that in the class, or through one of the longer classes. So we cover all of those things throughout the program. And someone else also asked, do students typically live in San Jose or on campus, or is there a commuter population? We have students that all of the above. We have some that live on campus. We have some that live nearby. We have some that commute. So all of the classes, most of the classes start at 6 o'clock in the evening. So the program's designed so that you can work during the day and come to the program at night. Some of our classes start a little earlier than that, but most of them start at 6 or 6:30 in the evening. And the application process for the program, if you go to the San Jose State webpage on graduate, and you just type in SJSU GAPE. On the front page, it tells you how to apply for the program. Basically, you apply for the program through the Cal State Apply, which is the Cal State, since San Jose State is part of the Cal State system, that's an application process for all of California Cal States. That GAPE page will have more information, and also the Master of Biotechnology page on the SJSU webpage also have more information about what the requirements are to apply, and more information about the degree. So for the program, we do ask that you have letters of recommendation, and you can submit those through Cal State Apply. We also ask that you take the GRE, and that if you're an international student that didn't have your undergraduate degree taught in English, then we ask that you take the TOEFL exam, or usually I think we're still accepting the IELTS, but that's all explained in a lot of detail on the graduate application and evaluation page, that GATE page that I told you about. So please check that. And then, of course, if you have additional questions, you can either email me or Dr. Rech. And let's see if I see any more questions. Yeah. There isn't a specific GPA requirement or grade requirement to qualify for applying to the program. As a graduate program, there is a minimum GPA that SJSU requires you to have to apply to graduate school in general, which I believe is 2.5. So as long as but if you're have a lot of industry experience and your GPA might be a little bit lower than that, we can make an exception for that. So that answers that question. And as far as the classes, most of the classes we have are in-person classes, but we do have a couple that are online, or some that are hybrid, that have parts that are online and parts that are in person. So, and then someone's asked that they've completed a biotechnology in India, and is it compulsory to have the GRE? yes, we really do want to see the GRE. And again, thank you for coming. We have a really great program. We partner with a lot of the local biotech companies. Like I said, many of them are on our advisory board. So they give us advice on crafting our program. They also help us find internship for our students. And a lot of our alums are now working in the local biotech company. And so they also are part of our larger network that we open up to all of our students that join us. Okay, well, thank you for coming. And if we didn't answer all your questions, please contact us and we'll be happy to talk to you some more and make sure that you get all of your questions answered. So once again, thank you for coming, and I hope to see you at San Jose State in the future.